Howdy. Hope everyone's doing well. Video number 3 is now upon us, and today's topic is procrastination. And I'm sure a lot of people out there suffer with procrastination, as I do myself. And what procrastination is, for anyone who doesn't know, is it's when you've got a task that you know you need to complete, but you keep putting it off. You're not 100% sure why you keep putting it off, but you are nonetheless. You'll come up with multiple types of excuses to people as to why you haven't completed this particular task. And today's video, I suppose, is to try and help people gauge that they're doing that first and foremost. So it's to understand that you are procrastinating, and then the second thing to take in from it is how to potentially overcome procrastination and to get shit done, basically. So one thing I want to touch on about procrastination for me, there's loads of things that I have procrastinated on in the past. Making videos is not one of those right now, as you know, but what I have procrastinated on more than anything else is, and you wouldn't think it when you look at me, but it's me cardiovascular fitness. So a demon to me is running, or has been a demon to me. So before the start of this year, so before 2017 began, I had ran 3 times in the previous 5 years to that. That's it. You know, I'd done various, obviously done all types of strength training. I'd done bits and bobs of yoga, and I'd maybe done the odd circuit training class. So you could argue that I was getting cardiovascular fitness from that, but I wasn't actually doing any running. And it wasn't until my friend, good friend of mine, Thomas Green, he said to me at the start of the year that I need to run. He looked at what I was doing and he was like, that's your missing key. He said, you're missing running. It's really good for you, give it a go, without going into too much detail. So at the start of this year, I decided that I was doing that. I was getting bang into running, and I wasn't procrastinating on it anymore. And that was because I had a specific approach to it, which made it a lot easier to digest for my mind to digest. You know that mental block that you have when you're about to go and do something, but your mind's slowing you down because you spent too much time to think about it, so that you're actually slowing yourself down by asking too many questions in your own mind. But really, all you need to do is get out and get on with it, get it done. Sorry about the noise in the car. I don't know why it's making so much noise. Anyway, I'll just talk a bit louder. So yeah, I started running, and Tom gave me a bit of a plan to follow. It was a very simple plan, but it was an effective plan, and I'll share that with you now while I've got the video recording. And that is where you go for a run, and your first run is your baseline, and all you're monitoring, the only element that you're tracking is time, not distance, not speed, just time. So you go for your first run, you run in one direction. When you're feeling like this is my halfway mark, this is where I'm tired, you turn around and you come back the same route. So you know if you run 10 minutes one direction, turn around, run back, you've done 20 minutes, that's your baseline. And then your next run after that, you have to do a minimum of that same time again, so it'll be a minimum of 20 minutes in that example. But what tends to happen is you do end up increasing each time, not necessarily your speed or your distance, but you will definitely increase your time on your feet, so you can run a bit slower to make sure that you're doing all this time. And what I done was I ran like 24 minutes for my first run, because I said I'd only ran 3 times in the 5 years prior to it. And my second run I ran 27 minutes. I know what that noise is. I think I've got a flat tyre. Hello again. The following day, I'm in newer tyre. I won't explain what happened until later. I'll explain it at the end of the video, but it's funny. But back to what I was saying, which is I was talking about my experiences with running. Obviously, I've not enjoyed running up until this year when I started this new program. And as part of this program, what I'd done was I set a goal. And one of the goals that I set was that I wanted to do a half marathon, wanted to go to an event, so I booked one. For whatever reason, I booked it 7 weeks after I'd started running, so I had 7 weeks to get ready. And yeah, I went and ran 24 minutes, then I increased it to 27, and then I think I'd done 30 or 33, done 36, 40, 44, moved on to 50, and then went to like 56, and then I was on to 60 and 64, and then it was like 70 odd minutes, and then there might have been another one in the 70-minute bracket, and then it was the half marathon. I was doing the half marathon then, and this is like running without stopping, which is something I've not really been able to do in the past. And it was amazing that I got out there and I'd done it. But the reason that I'd done it is because I knew that I had this half marathon that I had to show up to and I had to perform in. And I didn't want it to take me hours and hours to do a half marathon. I wanted to be able to do it as efficiently as possible. So that's why why I pushed myself to take action, which was to get out and run. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because that's something obviously I procrastinated on for years and years. And now that, at the start of this year, because I'll share something else with you now. So at the start of this year, I'm running, getting all this extra mental clarity. I'm sleeping better, like going to bed earlier, getting up earlier as well, which is something that I haven't always been able to keep going, is to get up early. I always end up staying up later than I know I should do, but what's it called? I got so much out of running. Obviously my fitness increased as well. It started to help me with all these other areas in my life, because it was the one thing we'd identified as being something that I was lacking in, that I needed to not be lacking in anymore, and that's why it worked for me so well. But what happened, probably about a month or so after going on the half marathon, I ended up sort of not running as often, once every 2-3 weeks, something like that. So I was losing it a bit, losing me ability to run the longer distances, to run for an hour or so without stopping and at a half decent pace. So it's why I've been prompted to share this, because I've only just started running again and I've started to feel the benefits from it again for me. But obviously that's something I've identified that I needed to work on. But what I wanted to put forward to everyone else was, what is it that you could identify in your life that is maybe holding you back? It could be something to do with exercise, it could be something to do with your diet, it could be something to do with work, it could be something to do with like qualifications to get a new type of job or to gain a promotion, or it could be to go into a whole new chapter of your life where you're starting a business or something like that. But there's a task, when you look at the list of tasks that you've got to do, it's like there's 1, 2, maybe 3 things at max that if you've done them, they'd be the biggest steps forward. So for me, the biggest step forward at that point in my life was running. So I took action and I started running. So what is it for you? It's like how I keep track of all this is I keep a journal, which I'm not going to go into detail about journaling, but part of my journaling is that I do a daily goal setting. I write 4 goals every day, but whatever point you're at, you just put yourself down 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, whatever, for that day that you really want to get through. And as many days go past that you don't complete that goal, it'll prompt you to get the goal complete if you don't get it done, because day by day you're writing the same thing down and you can't tick it off the to-do list because it's still pending. So that's one of my ways of defeating procrastination, and it's to make yourself accountable. Just accountable to yourself via daily goal setting. So that's what I wanted to share. And there's a great quote by a guy called Tim Ferriss, which ties in nicely with the idea of procrastination. And that is, he's quoted saying, "What we fear to do the most is usually what we most need to do." which is like a really good way of explaining that the stuff that you're putting off, the stuff that you're not so good at, the stuff that you don't want to do, is probably what's holding you back from going forward in another area of your life. So my advice is to identify those kinds of things in your life and work on them, you know, to get better and to be able to do this kind of stuff. So that's pretty much that I could wrap it up around there. I'll maybe do another video on this and do it fluid all the way through. Obviously it got cut off halfway through, and I'll explain what happened. I obviously heard that noise and I thought, I've got a flat tyre, and stopped the car. But what had actually happened was my tyre burst. It hadn't actually just gone flat, it had burst. So my alloy I was driving on my alloy basically. And I had to get out the car and change that, to get the skinny wheel out from under the car, the little donut wheel, and take the old one off and put this old donut one on. It was a bloody ordeal, like, but got through it, and I'm actually quite happy that it happened, because the irony of the whole thing, this is what's so funny about it. The irony of the situation is I've known for 8 weeks that I was needed to change that tyre, and during the video I'm doing on procrastination, the thing I've been procrastinating on for the past 8 weeks actually hits me in the arse. So yeah, just thought I'd share that one with you. Don't be like me and not get your tyre changed when you know it needs changing. Otherwise it'll burst and you'll end up changing it in the rain, and it'll take you half an hour because it's the first time you've ever done it. I think that's probably all I've got to say then today. And just to wrap it up, I'll just obviously also mention that I've started a YouTube channel. I'm not particularly wanting to become a YouTuber, but I've just started the channel so that there's a library of the videos. As I put them on Facebook, I'll upload them to YouTube as well, so that it's easier to get to them if you wanna find them. And obviously the name I've given to the YouTube channel is the Jedi Project, because I'm a massive Star Wars fan. Now I'm just into the term Jedi, but yeah, that's where you can find that. And yeah, I've just almost arrived at yoga, so I will, just before I park up, I'll wrap it up now, and wish you all a great day, and yeah, I'll do another video soon. Peace out everyone, Namaste.